Now, of course, I've been trying to keep everybody updated on what's going on with the YSL trial for the people who haven't been watching, because the people who have been watching, they want daily updates. They want daily opinions. I don't have daily opinions. I just have the weekly update. Now, last week's update that I gave, shot to, it became my most popular video in the history of my channel. In 6 days, it blew past everything else. I don't know who shared it. I don't know how it was popping up where. I don't know if my thumbnail was just that fire, but that video blew up. So shout out to y'all, but I don't have anything that good this time because we have the same person, Trontavia Stevens, on the stand testifying some more. And this time he is standing in front of Brian Steele, who is Young Thug's attorney, right? And it was looking kind of, well, first of all, matter of fact, when they came back to testify Monday morning, or whatever was the first day of testimony this week, the prosecutor was done effing around with Trontavia Stevens. She was past the point of dealing with him and him acting stupid or whatever like that. Now it was time to say, all right, so you want to act stupid? Now I don't have any, I'm going to trick you now. I'm going to trick you into saying what I want you to say. So then now we get to the point where now he's naming a lot of names and confirming that these people are YSL. She's like, is YSL the criminal street gang XYZ? So he's answering the question about the XYZ part, but he's not even looking at the part that by answering the question about the XYZ part, he's confirming the YSL, the criminal street gang part of it. So it's like, even though he won't give them specific information, at minimum, he is giving the conviction. He's giving the state the conviction on at least one charge against everybody, which is the YSL, the conspiracy to violate the RICO Act. That one alone, even if they don't get them on anything else, that one carries the most weight because it's a RICO. They can give you a whole lot of time for that, right? So by him, so let's just say she said, I'm gonna give you an example. Were there any rappers? Were there any people who ended up rapping that was also in YSL, the criminal street gang? In his mind, he's looking at it like, was there anybody else that was rapping that claimed YSL? But by saying, yes, there were other rappers that was in the YSL criminal street gang, you're saying YSL is a criminal street gang. Now, I know some that might seem small to some, but it's really not, because that's the crux of this case. Is YSL a criminal street gang? That's the crux of it. Because if that's not true, if that part of it is not true, the rest of it is not a conspiracy. You understand? So she got him on that one. So, but the thing is, though, one thing that Trontavia Stevens has maintained his position on is that he does not have any information about any of the 6 defendants in this trial committing any crimes. He has not pointed out a single crime committed by anybody on trial right now. He has even went as far as to say that he has named other people that are not on trial, but named other people that committed crimes with him and around him, but he won't say any of these people that committed crimes. So it's getting more and more difficult for them to pin anything on Young Thug. And that's where we transition right over to talking about Brian Steele's cross-examination of this young gentleman, right? And I'm saying young, he's 30 years old, but of Trontavia Stevens, right? Brian Steele gets up there and pretty much unravels everything that the prosecutor did by essentially getting Trontavia Stevens to admit that Young Thug was never the one committing any of those crimes. And actually, they had a falling out because Trontavia Stevens got mad at Young Thug for rapping about things that Thug never did. He was rapping about things that Trontavious is the one that was actually doing. And his name is Slug or Tick or whatever. Tick got mad at Young Thug. Like, he's like, yo, why are you rapping my life? Pretty much. They fell out about that. So essentially, they're just making this case that Young Thug was affiliated with these people, but he was not actually the one in the streets and committing these crimes. Also, one of the major charges that's associated with this whole thing is a murder of a guy named Pete of Nut, right? A guy named Nut, who was, I guess, from Atlanta, or he's from around here somewhere, right? They have a picture of Young Thug and Nut together, and Brian Steele showed it in court, and he pretty much established that they were actually close. So it's like to show the jury why would he have this man killed when Nut himself posted on Instagram that they was like brothers. That's what he called him, little brother. He said little bruh. He called him like his brother, like Young Thug. So they were pretty close in this. So now you're trying to paint this narrative to the jury. So now once so Brian Still has already set the foundation that Nut and Thug were friends. At minimum, they was friends. Now in the streets, we know or in the streets, people know that friends kill friends all the time. Like it happens. However, when it comes to evidence and proof, now that Brian Still has established that Young Thug and Nut had a relationship so much so to call each other brothers, it's on the state now to show motive here. Now they like to talk about, well, Young Thug rented the car and his friends went and shot the person. But you still, so you're talking about opportunity. So they have the opportunity to commit this murder because supposedly they were there, even though there's no proof that they were there. But so the rental car that was used in the shooting was seen by somebody, right? But now you have to show motive though. What's the motive for Young Thug to have his friend killed? If the state can't put those two pieces together, then they won't have, I don't think they'll be able to convince the jury of that. I feel like they needed somebody like Trontavia Stevens to come up there and tell them that there was a falling out or something like that. They need somebody that's that close to say they fell out because of XYZ and that's why it led to this beef. If they don't have anybody to come up there and make that connection, then it's dead. It's a dead issue, I think. I don't think Woody, who was what's my man's name? Kenneth Copeland. I don't think his testimony is going to be taken very seriously because there's way too much evidence of him lying multiple times in the past and telling on people so he can get himself out of trouble. So I think that, yes, he's going to go up there and probably say they fell out because of whatever. But I don't think that his testimony is going to hold a lot of weight. So Brian Still got, and then they asked Trontavia Stevens just straight up like, have you seen Jeffrey Williams commit a crime to further this gang? He's like, no. He's like, have you seen him commit any crime doing anything? He was like, no, I haven't. I haven't seen him commit no crimes. So like I said, some people are just like, damn, it's a lot of people dissing right now. They've been songs coming out dissing these guys, all type of stuff. But this dude has like stayed on his square to say these people haven't committed no crimes. It went so far as they've been bringing up other celebrities that have used the same hand signs as all of them. It's just getting out of hand. LeBron James, Serena Williams, like they just establishing that Thug is just an entertainer and he's doing what entertainers do, which is copy off of street stuff. But he's not really that person. Man, listen, there's no telling how long this man is going to be on the stand. This is week 2 of him being on the stand. We'll be entering week 3 and he hasn't even been questioned by any of the other defendants' lawyers. That's first. Secondly, he hasn't been questioned again by the prosecution. So this could go on for a very long time. If my direct examination of this witness takes 4 days, then after that, the defense takes 4 or 5 days to examine him or to cross-examine. Then I have to, as a prosecutor, I got to rebuttal all the stuff that the defense said. It could take me another 3 or 4 days to rebut everything that they said. So this could go like this testimony alone, because he's the star witness, could go on for a month. Honestly, one person for 1 month. And this is a person, by the way, who is terrible with dates. He don't remember nothing. He has a hard time remembering anything associated with time and date. He might be an alien. I don't know. We got to figure out. He might be a clone or something. We got to figure it out.